The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
It is a perfect night for Week 5 high school football tonight in Central Kentucky on Glycod.com. I'm Chris LaBar alongside Rick Reams. Rick, the third straight week we've seen these Tates Creek Commodores.
Yeah, I tell you what, this team came out, 3-0 out of the gate. Last week they went to Douglas, had a rough night, got shut out, a continuous clock. But what Tates Creek has to do now is this is another important game. You got to put that game totally out of your mind. You got to come out here tonight to play a tough Bryan Station team.
These defenders, a little bit of a wild card. 5 weeks in the season, only 2 games in Lexington. They've yet to play at home, but you get the sense they're going to get better as the fall progresses.
Yeah, exactly. They have played just a yeoman schedule, just very tough, top-heavy schedule. And tonight, you're going to see the seeds of that. They won 2 games in a row after losing their first 2 games. I think they got to be one of the better 2-2 teams in the state of Kentucky. But tonight, you got to bring it out on the field. It doesn't matter what you've done last week for either team. These 2 teams have to come out tonight and play with all heart and see who can walk away with the victory.
Good win on the road last week against a quality Ballard team in Kalen, Washington. One of the few key juniors on this team. This is a senior-heavy team. He's leading them in rushing, almost 200 yards on the ground last week.
I mean, you can't argue with success, and you get your best players in there no matter what year they are. So, the junior, that's one thing Tates Creek, they're going to have to try to figure out a way to slow him down. Not sure if you can stop him, but you got to slow him down.
We saw the Commodores on the farm, and it wasn't pretty. Give up 4 touchdown rushes. What's the big learning curve they take from that game?
That's one of those things. Coach Hawks talked about it, and he'll talk about it again. The way you get better is you play better teams. And they played a great team last week. So, of course, again, it was a tough night at the farm. But what they got to take away from is, what we played the game. We came out. The one thing I was impressed with this Tates Creek team, they didn't quit. They didn't score, but they didn't quit.
Tonight's weather forecast, it's a doozy. It's presented by Meijer. Visit their Hamburg location at 2155 Paul Jones Way for any of your shopping needs. Meijer, a proud supporter of Central Kentucky high school athletics on Glycod. You couldn't script a better weather night. Perfect slight breeze, temps in the low 70s in clear. Up next, we'll chat with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. Just getting started tonight on Central Kentucky high school football from Glycod.
First opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at CartownKiaUSA.com.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you.
This is Rick Reams with Glycod, talking to Coach Hawkins from Bryan Station. Coach, we're excited to see your game tonight, and I want to ask you a quick question. The first thing I want to ask you is, you started off with a very, very difficult schedule. Is that on purpose to build for the future, or what's the reason for that schedule?
Yeah, I think if you look back at what we've done since I've been at Bryan Station, I've tried to front load the schedule to make it a tough road for our kids. One of the things that I've learned is that, you can gain a lot of information from some losses sometimes, and it allows you to change what you're doing. It allows you to get a better understanding of what your team is. And so, we made that schedule the way it is, and we didn't like the outcome of the first 2 weeks, but certainly feel like the last 2 weeks we figured some things out. We beat 2 high-quality teams back-to-back, and we hope to just carry that forward.
So tell me a little bit about what was the difference between the first 2 weeks and the second 2 weeks. You said you learned some things. Share with me some of the things you learned about your team.
Well, I think that we assumed that our identity was going to be the same as the way we finished last year. Last year we lined up and late in the season just ran it downhill on teams and try to play some ball control and get a couple receivers in space by adding as many to the box. And it didn't, I guess we thought we could go back to that, considering we were returning so many starters from last year. But it just wasn't, wasn't meant to be. And, sometimes you have to see it not work to understand that you've got to do something different.
Yeah, so, Coach, let's talk real quickly about this game against Tates Creek. Tates Creek came in 3-0, had a rough night last Friday night against Douglas. Tell me a little bit about what you're expecting from them and what you're trying to do as a team.
Well, Coach Hawks has done a really good job over there, getting some excitement going, and he's improved the quality of that football team. And, it's good to see a city school doing as well as they've been doing. And, for us, we're treating this game like it's Ballard or Bowling Green or Trinity. We want to go into this game at our best. And, our goal is to win as many football games as we can and to get ourselves prepared for the playoffs. And, they're a fine football team. They do a lot of great things, and we just hope our kids are prepared for the challenge and we live up to our expectations on both sides of the ball.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I really appreciate you taking some time with me. Excited to see this game tonight. Excited to see City Schools. And I'll tell you, I'm excited to see that the crowds are back. You all have an exciting brand to put on the field. Good luck tonight, Coach, and let's hope we get no injuries and have a great game.
Well, we appreciate you, and it's always great to go back and watch the games that Glycod does for us, and we really enjoy the quality, and we appreciate you taking a minute to talk about our program.
Thanks again, Coach. Have a blessed night.
You too. Thank you.
We'll be right back on Glycod.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us, and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you, by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Chris LeBar and Rick Reams back at Roy Walton Stadium, site of Tates Creek High School, as the Commodores will host Bryan Station tonight. Hearing Coach Hawkins, Rick, talk about some adjustments from this team that they had last year to this team. A lot of the same personnel, but yet it's a different group.
Yeah, I tell you what, you just never know as a coach. You're coming in, you're thinking, again, we're going to do everything just like we did last year. We had such great success. You have the same kids, but with a different response. And I'm going to give Coach Hawkins all the credit in the world. A lot of coaches are so strict to their plan that they're not going to change their way. They're going to make their kids change. But he said you've got to make it not work in order to figure that out, and now they're going to make it work.
Let's talk about some keys to this matchup presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts availability and unmatched service, all while glorifying Jesus Christ and building relationships. What's most important for these two teams, Rick?
I tell you what, when you look at the keys tonight for Bryan Station, I think they've got to continue to put points on the board, Chris. Their first 2 games, they averaged 6.5 points a game. The last 2 games, they've averaged 25 points per game. They have got to keep on putting points on the board. The other thing they got to do is they've got to win the turnover battle. They're at -2 and Tates Creek's at a +2. So you can't lose that turnover battle and win. If you're Tates Creek, we've already talked about it, you've got to put last week's drubbing out of your head. It's not easy to do. You're frustrated, but boy, another way to do it is take it out on Bryan Station this week. And the last thing, they've got to cut down on mental mistakes, Chris. We saw the penalties again bite them in the backside a bunch last week. It happened 2 weeks ago. They've got to clean that up.
Andrew Witherington having a fantastic senior season. We will talk with his head coach, Jonathan Hawks, when we come back to Roy Walton Stadium, Week 5 on Glycod.com.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod. For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. By making a real difference in the communities we serve. And by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
This is Rick Reeves with Glycod, again talking to this afternoon with Coach Hawks from Tates Creek High School. Coach, rough game last Friday night. How have your kids responded this week?
Well, to be honest with you, last week was we knew going into that game, you're playing against one of the more powerhouse teams in the state. And, we just knew going into that game, our kids, mentally, we had to be able to handle adversity. And then the other portion of that was just understanding that it was going to be a 4-quarter game. Like I said, Coach McPeake's done a great job with that program. So I was prepared, to go to battle with those guys, whether we were up or whether we were down. But just where our kids are still just growing as a group, they understood that, the task was going to be definitely a lot more challenging than maybe teams that don't have nearly as much talent as a Douglas, but at the same time, we respect that team and we look forward to other games, moving forward, they'll be just as challenging. So, they bounce back. We do like a practice on Sunday. So they came back Sunday and went to work and, we haven't looked back. We just continue to move forward.
Yeah, and I was impressed with your kids. It looked like they kept on going. It would have been very easy as the running clock just to kind of give up, but I saw a lot of fight in your team. It was impressive. Coach, we're getting ready to start week 5. Let's talk a little bit about it. This time of the year, sometimes injuries kind of jump up. Have you had any injuries this season so far, or do you have any kids that might be out this Friday night?
No, sir. To be honest, I think we're my track background and just where I look at the human body so much, I try to do a lot off the field with our kids, diet, nutrition, just looking at some of the things. That's why, like I said, we do a separate thing on Sundays with our kids to get their bodies prepared for the rest of the week. And so I do a lot of rest in between practices to make sure that our kids are not overusing their bodies. So I'll admit, I think we've done a great job from last year moving into this year, and our kids are understanding the importance of taking care of their body. Our trainer does a really good job of making sure that they are prepared for Friday nights. And so we all work together. I try not to mention the injury bug, right? but we don't have any injuries that should hinder us from having a full team tomorrow.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about that game then. You faced Bryan Station. They lost their first 2 games. They played a very tough schedule. They're coming off 2 straight victories. Tell me a little bit about what you expect from them and what you're talking to your team about.
Well, we know that tonight will be a very good game. We know it's going to be a challenging opponent again. So, again, for me, it's about trying to make sure that my kids understand that the mission is bigger than just winning one ball game. You know, it's bigger than just coming into this game thinking that we're supposed to just, dominate one quarter and then they'll get a chance to come back and forth and we're just going to dominate. No, that team that we're playing tonight is a very big opponent. They got some size up front, some athleticism in the backfield as far as their running backs and also in the secondary. They've Coach Hawkins has done a great job with that program. And so we know it's no different than last week's game against Douglas. We're going against a powerhouse, and we need to be prepared to be physical tonight.
Well, Coach, I tell you what, I've enjoyed watching your team play the past couple of weeks. Interested to see how you all come out tonight. You get a home game. You talked about the crowd before. I'm sure there'll be a big crowd there tonight on both sides. So good luck, and thanks for taking the time to talk with us, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Coach Hawks. This is Rick Reams. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington All-State agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Some 6 minutes ahead of kickoff tonight, Central Kentucky High School Football. It is Week 5 in a rapidly moving fall. Bryan Station and Tates Creek. I'm Chris Labar alongside Rick Reams. Rick, this perhaps the doozy in the FCPS family, but then you've got a great one here also in Lexington between LCA and Lex Cath.
Yeah, I tell you what, 2 big powerhouses going at it tonight. I was able to call that game last year at Lexington Catholic, a great game. You got Cutter Bowley in that game, but I tell you what, right now that's going to be an interesting game to see kind of which team's able to mold their defense and their offense and get the victory over there at Lexington Christian.
Got to Dayton traveling to Sayre Paul Lawrence Dunbar, whom this Tates Creek team will play in 2 weeks. Dunbar seeking their first win. They're traveling to Florence to take on Boone County. Henry Clay on the road at Madison Southern. Lafayette at West Jessamine. And then Douglas at Corbin at 8 o'clock. That should be very interesting.
I tell you what, Corbin has been waiting for that game. I saw the crowds there at 5 o'clock. I think they had a 6 a.m. pep rally this morning, so that's going to be a great atmosphere, a great game. And, it'd be interesting to see kind of two Titans in their own division playing against each other down in Corbin to open that stadium. Can you imagine that atmosphere?
Interesting matchup next week with Cathedral of Indiana, a very tradition-rich program, and the Hoosier State traveling to Lexington to take on Douglas. Rick and I will have that one for you. But let's backtrack to this one and hearing Coach Hawks talk about his team, and he really feels like Sunday is the day to just kind of refurbish, reinvigorate his group.
I thought it was very interesting talking to him about injuries and the fact that he talked about being a track guy, that how he kind of understands how to heal the body up, and that's what you want to do because we saw some injuries come up the other night against the Douglas, and we were a little bit surprised. We were wondering what Logan Julian, we saw him go down, what he's going to be able to play. But boy, Coach Hawks just talked about with him and with the staff. They come in on Sundays, they get ready for the next week, and he said everyone's available tonight.
And this team, this program, if you will, certainly last week aside, you get the sense they're the favorite. All due respect to Dunbar, they're the favorite in the district this year.
Well, I mean, you have to look at it that way just from a record standpoint, but also you see what Coach Hawks build. We talked about last year with first year is almost a throwaway year. He just didn't have the time to get his set in place. And this year we're seeing that this team is the cream of the crop right now in the city in their division.
Luke Cooper's having a fantastic season as a receiver, and then Brody Dunham, 3 interceptions through 4 games, a dynamic player on both sides of the ball for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing in high school football you find. You find guys that can play on both sides of the ball, and usually those guys are very, very successful on both ends of the field, and that's what they need tonight.
And Bryan Station, from their standpoint, 20 points per game offensively, giving up 27, perhaps indicative of competition.
Yeah, again, you start with their schedule the way they did. I think it's more important to look at their last couple of games where they beat Bowling Green and just come out and play that well. And I tell you what, it's very impressive to see, because I know with any league, but especially with high school kids, you can lose those first 2 games, and a lot of times you just hang your head and say, well, our season's over. But they haven't done that. They've come back out against Bowling Green and against Ballard, 2 teams that you really don't want to come in licking your wounds against those 2 teams. Got victories against both of them, one on the road and one at a neutral site.
Look at the back half of their schedule. Perhaps the only game they'll be an underdog will be the October 14th game against Douglas. Tonight, what do you think? Flip a coin maybe in this game, or they may be a slight favorite?
I would give them the edge just from what happened last week. But again, I think it's going to be one of those games where you're going to have to see, because we talked about it, Chris. You really don't know which Bryan Station team you're going to get. Is it the first 2 games or is it the last 2 games?
I'm not sure Coach Hawkins does either.
No, and that's one thing about trying to coach this game any level you're at. You're just not sure. All you can do is put your game plan in there, let your kids go, and see what happens.
Coin toss occurring at midfield. We'll be right back. Kickoff right after this on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen. Now to the field for all the action of Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the fourth bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
A beautiful rendition of the national anthem tonight. Breeze picking up, and it is a perfect night for high school football. Live tonight on Glycod, it's Tates Creek hosting the Bryan Station Defenders. Chris Labar along with Rick Reams, Joe Emelian on camera. Our production assistant is Shidroke Artistani, and Steve Bird, our producer. Halfway point of the season. And a big game for both teams.
Yeah, big game for both teams. Both these teams want to get out fast and early and often. Right now, Tates Creek won the toss, deferred to the second half. So Bryan Station will start with the ball. Again, both these teams, if you're defense, you want to get a 3 and out. If you're offense, take that ball down the field and score. One thing that happened last week to Tates Creek was gave up a punt return touchdown before Douglas even ran a play. So that's where you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and get behind the 8 ball again like that on a kickoff return.
This is a very evenly matched series, indicative of the result. 29 meetings, Station has won 15, including the last 4.
Yeah, this is one of those that, Tates Creek has definitely had the upper hand in this series lately. You go back in time, this series swings back and forth, which team gets the upper hand. But tonight, this game being at Tates Creek, boy, I tell you what, be a huge, huge confidence builder for Tates Creek if they can come out here with a victory.
And a great response post-Douglas drubbing last week as the Commodores 3-1 on the season, and Bryan Station 2-2. You see the defender sideline. Coach Philip Hawkins just done a masterful job in his time in Lexington.
And he talked about he had a plan. He had an overall plan to get that going, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. So he was able to kind of get his plan in place. Had a great year last year, but last year was last year, and that's what he talked about. His plans from last year have to be different this year because this year's team, although basically the same players, just could not do with what they wanted to do like they did last year.
Bryan Station back to return off the boot of one Manny Castro. This is a very prolific special teams unit for Station. Damon Green already with a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yeah, with both these players back, you can't really kick to one or the other. You got to just go ahead and, if you can, put that ball out of the end zone, get it on the 20-yard line. But, boy, kicking to these deep guys, either one of them have an opportunity to run this ball back. Big kick. This is about the 5-yard line.
And across the 34 to about the 35 for Bryan Station, as the defenders will have it right there, brought back by Zay White.
Yeah, good return there. Was able to get get out to the 35-yard line, which is where they want to start. And now it's going to kind of be the battle of the wills and battles of nerves to get this game started. A lot of these teams come out really tight, see how loose Bryan Station can be on offense and what Tates Creek can do on defense.
Station offensive line features Gary McCauley at left tackle, Gomez left guard, Jaden Randall the center, Keon Watson right guard, and right tackle manned by Javon Frazier. Trenton Cutright is the senior quarterback. 3 touchdowns on the year, 5 interceptions. With Kalen Washington, the junior transfer from GRC, the primary ball carrier, and Cutright back to throw. And on a slant. That ball is ricocheted down and incomplete as intended for Javari Burnett.
Yeah, good defense there by Tates Creek. Was able to get that hand in there and go ahead and knock that ball down for an incomplete pass. Great job there. Marquitas Boyd there on the coverage did a great job getting that hand in there and knocking that ball away.
A second down and 10 for Bryan Station as they operate on the first series as Washington tries to spring it outside, and he'll be tripped up right close to a first down up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, good run there, and he got his head of steam going, was able to run over the defender from Tates Creek there to get a couple extra yards to make it third and very short.
His Station offense on the season averaging 20 points per. Be third down and 1 for Bryan Station. Cut right in a shotgun. And stuffed at the line as the Commodore front collapses for no gain.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, a huge play call right here. Fourth down on your own 44-yard line. I think Station will go for it, but, boy, good stand there by the Tates Creek front four.
Let's take another look at that Commodore front. And Station, the offense staying on the field here on fourth down.
Got an official's timeout.
Take a look at the officials. Only a 5-man crew tonight. With Keith Jackson, the referee.
Oh, Nelly.
I thought the same thing when I saw that name.
You got me last week with D.B. Cooper, so I have to come out on you, Chris.
You've been thinking about something all week.
And that just worked out right into my wheelhouse. My wife is already rolling her eyes, even though I'm sure she's not listening.
That's Cutright calling his own number and Station moving forward for a first down.
Yeah, you see that a lot. If you're the defense, you see that quarterback get under center, you know they're going to go right behind the big lineman, and that's what they did.
Tates Creek front four is Michael Wynn, Caden Anderson, Tyler Elliott, and Mason Jackson with Logan Julian and Cardale Wright as the linebackers. And it's first down and 10 after Station connects on fourth and short. And Cutright throws that ball behind, and it's going to be incomplete. He threw that ball right behind J.T. Haskins.
Yeah, a really good receiver coming back. You know, that name may sound familiar. His dad played at Louisville, and JT's got a lot of offers out there. And just on that one, like you said, threw it right behind him. Almost was able to bring it in, but, boy, you lead him. He had a little bit of room to run.
As Cutright goes to his second read. He's across the 50 and a first down as Cutright all the way inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, he had a seam out there. Once he broke containment of those linemen coming in on a blitz, he was able to run a long way there. Great play by Cutright. You saw his speed there and his elusiveness to get away.
Cutright, 146 rush yards on the season.
Boy, as you can see there, he just kept on going. Even after that initial hit, fell forward and got the ball all the way down to about the 12-yard line.
Unofficially gain of 40. It's first down and 10 for Bryan Station inside the Commodore red zone. And Washington tangled up for minimal yardage.
Yeah, good play by Logan Julian. 2 weeks ago, we called his name a lot. Well, I talked about the fact that he got hurt last week against Douglas, set out some. But, boy, he's always in the backfield causing disruption.
The second down and a couple. Or a second down and long. Cutright dumps it shy of the marker and another drop.
Yeah, that one, Haskins, that was right in his hands. You got to bring that ball in. I think he was thinking about getting that hit behind or even making a move after he caught the ball. So you got one throw behind him and one that he dropped. So right now you got to go right back to him and make it up to him.
They're down now. Game opening drive for Bryan Station inside the Tates Creek 15-yard line. Trenton Cutright, a 40-yard scramble setting up this third down. Here comes pressure around the edge. And Cutright in the end zone for a touchdown.
Wide open. I tell you what, Cutright really was able to shake off that hit because that would have been a huge sack back there, and Cutright found his receiver wide open in the back of the end zone. Great play there by Bryan Station. We talked about getting started early, and that's exactly what they did. Shook that off wide open in the back of the end zone.
It was Zach Gentry on for the point after for Bryan Station, and the defenders on the board. Be right back after this on Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Devon Frazier, 14-yard touchdown reception, his first touchdown of the year as Bryan Station on the board, as this Tates Creek offense will get a crack after the return up to about the 32-yard line.
Tates Creek, they've got to get started fast, too.
Arquavion Smith, the featured ball carrier for this Commodore offense. And Witherington will hand to Smith.
Good job by the defense. They just closed that hole very, very quickly. So this is not an easy guy to tackle. Boy, that time they brought him down by committee.
Second down and 10 as this Tates Creek offensive line includes 4 seniors from left to right. It's Durham, Young, Simmons, Elliott, and the right tackle, Grant Dickon. Andrew Witherington, senior quarterback, coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard passing seasons. And he's going to call his own number. He's a shifty runner as he's prodding up about 4 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, he gave himself a little bit of time to find the receivers, went through all his options, couldn't find what he wanted, so he just tucked it and run. Get about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, so make it 3rd and manageable.
A big third down for Creek after Station scores on their first march. Smith is flanked to the right of Witherington. And that ball's bobbled and going to be short of a first down. It was intended for Cooper, and it will be 4th down and the same.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's one thing Tates Creek did not want, is to just give the ball right back to Bryan Station. So good defense there by Bryan Station, was able to break that pass up to Cooper. We saw him catch a lot of big balls last week against Douglas, and then the week before he had a good game also.
Manny Castro on to punt. Jordan Haskins back amongst 2 Station defenders at the 32 as Castro, a gorgeous spiraling kick, caught at the 32-yard line. Here comes J.T. Haskins, and he'll weave his way across the 45-yard line.
Good field position again for Station. Again, as you said, really nice punt there in Tates Creek, although there was some return, not like last week where the first punt returned it for a touchdown.
So Station's offense, again, favorable field position as they'll drop anchor right at their 45. Cut right and Washington, the skill players behind that seasoned Station offensive line. Pass out in the flat, and Frazier with another catch. Across the 50, pickup of about 7.
Yeah, looks like there's really going to kind of get the ball in his hands. We saw the big touchdown before, and that one right to him. The good job there by Station to get that ball out to him.
Well, and Cutright, a seasoned quarterback in his own right. We talked about Witherington. Cutright's had a lot of success over the past couple of years.
Big run out there for Bryan Station that time. Kalen Washington on the run to get another first down. And, boy, things right now are not trending well for Tates Creek's defense.
Washington up to the 33-yard line. Got 3 receivers split out far for Bryan Station. You've got Frazier. So Damon Green is out there. As the ball lined up on the near hash on 1st and 10. And Cutright again. First down, a great move as he's going to take it in for a 33-yard touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, he's very shifty back there and was able just to get outside, once again, a containment. And as you said, that 2 shifty moves to get away from the Tates Creek defender to go ahead and walk into the end zone.
Cutright had a 40-yard scramble on the first drive, and this unofficially in from 33 yards out. And Bryan Station off to a red-hot start as Zach Gentry on for another PAT. And Station 2 for 2 on opening drives. They lead Tates Creek on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Bryan Station 2 for 2 out of the gates. Trenton Cutright, 33-yard touchdown scramble. And it's 14-0 Defenders. Boyd bumping in to Clay, and Tates Creek backed up inside their 15.
Right now, Chris, you saw that, and I think that's kind of the motto for right now. Tates Creek can't get out of its own way, so they got to come together, got to somehow get a drive. What you don't want to do is go 3 and out again and give that ball right back to this high-powered Bryan Station offense. We talked about one of the keys. Can they continue to score? And, Chris, right now in the first quarter, 14-0.
Tates Creek, their second drive first, 3 and out, so this time they'll be backed up at their 15-yard line. Two receivers flanked on the short side of the field. It's Thomas Siegler in motion. Now Witherington probing his options. Flips it in the middle of the field, and on a pinball, it's incomplete.
Yeah, he held that as long as he could and threw it, as you said, Chris, all the way down the field, but we just bounced off the hands there. That one, I think he may have had a little bit of luck, had he just run that ball.
Nice coverage by the back 7 of Bryan Station. And second down and 10 for this Commodore offense. And Smith positioning to the left of Witherington. And Witherington going to heave it one-on-one coverage for Cooper. And it's bobbled and incomplete. Jordan Haskins got a hand on it.
Yeah, good job right there, going kind of mano-a-mano there. There was no penalty, just good play on both parts. And really surprised that Tates Creek is kind of using this. I know you go with what that you get, but boy, I tell you what, to throw 2 incomplete passes and now you're third and long behind the sticks here. Be a tough get for a first down.
Two receivers flanked to the near side. And in the belly of Smith and Marquavion, a nice run and a big third down conversion up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, a good play there. I think Bryan Station was kind of pinning their hopes right there on another pass play. Was able to get the first down with that run play. And as you said, Chris, just so very important this early in the game, but just to keep your defense off the field.
Tates Creek's first down of the game. It comes at an opportune time. They'll take it up to the 28-yard line. And the drive continues. 7 minutes gone by. Station has had the ball twice, and they're in with 2 touchdowns as Smith springs it and cuts it up inside up to the 36.
I think that's what you got to do right now. You've tried to throw the ball down the field. You've tried to throw it in the middle of the field without much success. Now you use your running back, even use your quarterback's legs to see if you can't go down the field, because we've seen Witherington score on long runs this year.
Smith just has that extra step, that burst, if you will. Pass out in the flat, and there's a hanky.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Just hit him way too early there, but a good job by Tates Creek. Now they're starting to get a little bit of feel on offense, and this is exactly what they needed.
Well, it's a different tempo. You can sense some urgency here on this drive.
Yeah, Isaiah Watts there just caught a little bit too excited and too early and hit the receiver there for a pass interference call.
It's going to become first down. So first down at 10. So the Commodores with 2 successive first downs, although the second occurring on a penalty.
Yeah, if you're Tates Creek, you just want to keep on moving this ball down the field.
First down at 10. There's Smith, and Smith bounces it out, and he's got a first down as he shimmies up the near sideline across the 40, and a gain of about 15.
Yeah, a huge stiff arm there at the end. I tell you what, he's really looking good, and as you said, Chris, he's just got an extra momentum that just gets him to the next speed, the next level, and right now you're just going to have to make Station figure out a way to stop him.
So 2 big runs of double-figure yardage for Marquavion Smith, and it's a first down and 10, Tates Creek from the Station 40. And there's Witherington, and he'll cut it up back to the initial line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Tates Creek really played that well. He had that option there. He held the ball himself, tried to break it outside, but boy, Bryan Station, was out there waiting for him.
We saw Witherington have so much success on the ground versus North Oldham a couple weeks back. You get the sense the defense is trying to take that away.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the tapes of that game at all, you're not going to let him beat you with the legs like he did North Oldham.
Now Witherington on an RPO. And he's going to float it to the marker. And bobbled and incomplete. That ball could have been caught. That was Cooper.
Yeah, that was a nice play there. Witherington just kind of moved all the way laterally as far as he could and tried to hit Cooper, but as you said, just couldn't haul onto the ball. But now you got, again, a 3rd and long, probably in 4-down territory here if you're Tates Creek. But what you want to do is not have to worry about that and get a first down on this 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10.
Mason Jackson now will shift to the far side with Thomas Siegler to the near side as the Commodores reshuffle alignment here on 3rd down and long. Siegler in motion.
All start. You see them further behind the sticks on that one right there. Station was only going to rush 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that again, but boy, go to 3rd to 15. Makes it tough.
First infraction of the game for this Tates Creek team. Great look at the Commodore contingent beneath us. It is a gorgeous night for high school football. Temps in the low 70s at kickoff. It will dip down into the upper 60s before we conclude. Lots of maroon beneath us, and of course gold and yellow on that far sideline. 3rd down and long. Witherington trying to set something up here on 3rd down and long. Into double coverage, trying to find Marquavion Smith, and it will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he tried to give kind of hand signals to Marquavion to move outside, but I don't think Marquavion could see him from out there. So just a really good series that ended in a bad way, getting that drop pass and then a 5-yard motion penalty, and now having to punt the ball back to Bryan Station.
Manny Castro will punt for the 3rd time. And Castro steering it over to the right, and fair caught back at the 10-yard line. That was Jordan Haskins, so a net punt of about 38 yards.
Yeah, good job. Got that ball up high and was able to get him to fair catch it there on the 10-yard line. So now, at least you're not, if you're Tates Creek's defense, you're not starting off behind the shelf there by giving them really good field position.
This defender offense, they've had very good field position on the first 2 drives, this time backed up inside their own 15. And we'll see what the Commodore defense can do here, trying to force a quick 3 and out as Cutright will duck it out in the flat, and that's a nice catch by Green.
Good job there. Just get it to your receiver. Let him do the work out there. Was able to make the pass and get a gain of about 5 or 6 yards there. Get you a better field position.
Stamon Green, 5'9" freshman. Coach Hawkins very high on him. Now trips to the near side. It's a short side handoff. And Washington bulldozing his way short of a 1st down.
Yeah, this is a huge 3rd down for Tates Creek's defense. You've got to be able to stop them, make them punt the ball here, and just start feeling a little bit more confident about yourselves.
3rd down and a long 2 for Bryan Station. A couple of long runs from scrimmage for Trenton Cutright in this quarter. 1 of 40 and 1 in excess of 30. And it's 3rd down and short, and that ball is dropped, and it will be 4th down as it ricochets off of Michael Sims.
Yeah, Sims got to watch that ball in. That was an easy 1st down. He was open, but boy, we've seen both teams have receivers that have dropped the ball so far tonight on tough 3rd down plays.
Cutright put that one to look like between the 1 and the 9.
Yeah, he was right there. Just again, you got to watch that ball in. You can't think of anything except for catching that ball. It doesn't matter where you want to run after. If you don't catch it, it's an incomplete pass.
Marquavion Smith back at midfield as Bryan Station will punt for the 1st time. That's Cutright. And he's going to flop it short. It takes a golf bounce. And it's going to be inside the Station 40-yard line.
Yeah, great field position for Tates Creek, pretty much where they left off last time. So now see if you can get a little bit more luck here. I'd be surprised if they started off with some of those long passes again in this series. I think I would give the ball to Smith, or even, try to use your legs of your quarterback. Witherington haven't had much luck yet, but it can happen.
Now Smith gets the call, trying to evade Hocker. And Adams also in pursuit.
Interesting. There's a penalty there. It was a big hit, but let's see what they're going to call here.
Let's take another look, if we can, at the events leading up to that play.
Calling a face mask there on the station, so maybe that's how it's holding him up, and then big hit. But boy, another big 15-yard penalty there.
Be marked now at the 32, so Tates Creek with their third first down of this game.
Trying to get the chain crew to get, like something got trapped up in there.
First down and 5 to go for the Colorado.
Interesting. It's just going to be 1st and 5.
I think Tates Creek will take that, as they'll have it now at the Bryan Station 34-yard line. Two receivers on that short side of the field. Siegler in the slot. And Smith trying to bounce it outside. And a lot of speed lateral as he's tripped up for a loss.
Oh, yeah, boy, I tell you what, a really good play there by Isaiah Watts. Stayed at home, was able to bring Smith down by feet there. Smith may have twisted that ankle. He's coming limping off, Chris. That could be a huge setback for Tates Creek.
Tony Bell will trot on as we take another look, and Watts flashing the lateral speed.
Yeah, great play by him. Just went down with a classic tackle there on the feet and just got him down. And, boy, Smith is still trying to walk it off.
So Tony Bell, 5'7" sophomore on, and Bell the decoy on the dump across. And it's brought down by Siegler, shy of a first down.
Yeah, with Siegler there, made a nice play across the middle, but now going to go quickly here.
You pick up a 5 for Siegler. 48 seconds left. We'll adjust that play clock between quarters. It's 43 seconds now, just outside of your vision on 3rd down and short as Witherington rolls, and he's going to dump it, steers it up the near sideline, and it's caught in a first down.
Really good play there. Witherington was able to buy a little bit of time and was able to hit right on the sidelines. It's a really nice play there by Witherington.
And not a lot of room on that near sideline, and Witherington able to find Mason Jackson.
Yeah. Jackson kept his feet in, was able to get that first down. Great play there by Tates Creek.
It's a 1st down and 10 with 35 seconds left in this quarter.
Oh, Markavion came back in and fumbled the ball there. It's like Stations recovered.
Oh, I didn't see that. Away from the action and a critical turnover.
Yeah, they brought him back in. Marquavion Smith made a couple moves, but then got hit, and that ball came out clearly for Station to get the recovery there. Big momentum killer there for Tates Creek. They got a great field position off the punt that bounced backwards and then give the ball up about the 18-yard line. Station back at it.
Station now -1 on the season on turnovers, and a big fumble recovery as Smith coughs it up inside the 15. And cut right on 1st down at 10, and there he goes. Gashing run of 11 up to the 30.
Excuse me, Chris. Right now, Tates Creek just doesn't have an answer to Cutright's legs, and that's what's hurting them. They've got to be able to contain him in there, try to make someone else beat him.
13 seconds left in this quarter. And that's going to conclude quarter number 1. Bryan Station 2 of 3 on scoring drives. They're +1 on turnovers. And after 12 minutes of play, Bryan Station over Tates Creek 14-0. We'll be back after this on Glycod.
Paramedics do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Week 5 on Glycod.com. It's Bryan Station, Tates Creek, live tonight from Roy Walton Stadium, and Station with a big fumble recovery.
Yeah, just a huge turnover there by Tates Creek to give Station the ball back. Last time Tates Creek's defense was out there, they got them a 3 and out. Right now, though, they just gave up a first down, so Station's defenders, their offense is really looking powerful tonight.
Trenton Cutright already 80-plus yards on the ground. There's a hand to Washington. And Washington out to the 33. Nice tackle there by Brody Dunham.
Yeah, Dunham there. Good hit him high and was able to bring him down after a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Still a good game, but good job there by Tates Creek.
Back to throw is Cutright as he steps up in the pocket, slings it across, and bobbled and incomplete right through Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier threw it again, just a little bit behind him. Hit kind of the backside of his shoulder pad there. Got to lead your receiver just a little bit more. So a big third down here now. Oh, I say the officials marked the ball back at the original line of scrimmage, but would have been 3rd and 10, but it's still 3rd and 5.
We've seen Cutright a little bit erratic on some throws. He's had some really good ones and then a few that have been behind receivers. And it's 3rd down now in medium for Bryan Station.
I was going to say before, Chris, I was wondering if it was the sun, but right now there's shade everywhere, so no sun to get in your receiver's eyes.
2 receivers to the far, 2 to the near as Cutright facing all-out pressure. He's dumping it to Frazier and a first down just shy of the 50 and a pickup of about 17 yards.
Boy, I tell you what, a great play there because Tates Creek had all kinds of pressure on Cutright. As you talked about, he's been erratic, but that one right there, as we're going to see, that throw was right on the money, and he threw it off his back foot right on the money for the first down.
Devon Frazier already a touchdown reception in this game, and this a big 3rd down conversion. And Bryan Station with the ball right now at the 50.
Right now, if you're Tates Creek defense, you have got to try to find some way to get a turnover here.
3 receivers stack far, one now at the bottom of the screen. And Cutright finds J.T. Haskins in space, and Haskins squirms up for an easy first down.
Yeah, that time Haskins watched it in his hands. That's what you want to do. You want to get Haskins the ball in space and then let him do his thing. We saw that a lot last year in the playoffs. He was almost unstoppable. He's going to continue that, but he's got to catch that ball, and a good job there.
Pickup of about 12 as Haskins ducks out for a first down at the Tates Creek 38-yard line. There's a pass out to Burnett, and Burnett Up to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, good play again. Station's just really having luck throwing that ball right out to the side there and letting their receivers take over from there.
Big gain of about 6. Catch for senior Javari Burnett.
Good tackle there by Marquise Boyd. Also was able to come up, hit him high, and just flung him to the ground.
Now cut right, back to throw, and he's got an open target. And that ball batted away and incomplete. That was nice coverage by Brody Dunham.
Yeah, Dunham was able to run back on that. Cut right, tried a little bit of hitch and go and actually had his receiver out there, but just put a little too much air underneath that ball.
We've seen Cutright spray to all quadrants of the field on this drive alone.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to throw it all the way across the field. The one thing we haven't seen as much other than the first play of this series was him using his legs. So now, right now, with it 3rd and 5, be surprised if they don't try to at least look for a little quick pass. And if it's not there, you might see him take off running.
New running back in the Bryan Station backfield is Cutright. Ducks it across, and a huge hit by Siegler. And what do we have here? Is that going to be an incomplete pass?
Yeah, they just called an incomplete pass. It's going to be interesting. He's reaching for his flag.
Let's take another look at that.
Yeah, they're going to call that. That was a big hit. And boy, I tell you what, nice throw there. Led his receiver, but boy, just a big hit. But couldn't find his flag, so a back judge came in and gave him another flag to throw.
So there is a penalty on this play.
Yeah, they're going to call that one.
As the officials conferring.
Chris, back in our day, or my day, I should say, I'm a lot older than you are, that was called a slobber knocker, and that was legal. But these days, that's not a legal play anymore. You just don't want to see anyone get hurt, especially that defenseless receiver there coming across the middle and just took a big hit.
So it's going to be an automatic first down for Bryan Station.
Now in the high school game, that's, they don't have targeting, so he'll stay in the game. But it'd be interesting to see. It's just one of those tough plays there.
So Station inside the Tates Creek red zone for the 3rd time in this half. 2 prior trips have resulted in a pair of touchdowns. Marcus Owens in the backfield. Pass out in the flat. It's brought in by Kamani Barber.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Station, they're kind of having their way with that little, as you said, the pass out to the flat. It's wide open every time.
Barber, one of 5 defenders that have caught a pass in this half.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, they're really spreading the wealth out to these guys.
Haskins, Green, Barber, Burnett, and Washington. So 2nd down and 6 on the docket. And a great pass by Cutright in traffic for 6.
Good job there by Cutright. We talked about the fact that he'd kind of been inconsistent with that, but that one was right on the money to Javari Burnett.
Burnett, his first touchdown of the year.
Well, I tell you what, he thread the needle right to get that between 3 Commodore defenders back there.
As the kick is up, and Gentry 3 for 3 as Bryan Station enjoying a 21-point first half lead on Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
21-point first-half lead for Bryan Station as Trenton Cutright has thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another, Rick.
Yeah, really, really impressive first half.
That ball is muffed, and Creek will recover at about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, second time that Bryan Station has done a little pooch kick like that. The first one after the first touchdown, Tates Creek was able to handle it, but that time, boy, Tates Creek got lucky. That could have been a huge turnover there.
Well, if the last drive was very significant for Tates Creek, what is this one down 3 scores?
Well, this one's going to be interesting because right now Marquavion Smith, he's there, but he's not in the game, and he's just carrying his helmet around. So fumbled the last time he had that ball, still limping a little bit. Be interesting to see if he comes back in or not.
Commodores a critical fumble in this half inside the Bryan Station red zone, but they're backed up again inside their 15. It's Tony Bell that gets the call and just not much room.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Bell is a lot smaller running back than Smith is. The training staff is down here talking to Smith right now. It doesn't look like at this point he's going to be coming back in the game. So Tates Creek's going to have to find a way to get down the field without him.
Senator Clay is split out far in the slot. And second down and long for Creek. Pass out grabbed by Luke Cooper. And Cooper nudging forward for about a yard.
Yeah, J.T. Haskins out there really, really good in the secondary. Was able to break on that ball and make a nice tackle there for third and long for Tates Creek, and they do not want to give the ball back to this defender offense.
I should credit this with a yard loss. So third down and 11 for Tates Creek as Bryan Station controlling this first half. And Witherington squirming forward and dropped. It would have been a first down and bobbled and incomplete.
It's about the third or fourth pass Tates Creek has dropped there, and that one Cooper was open, had it wide open there for a first down, and boy, just a big drop there because now defenders get the ball back after a punt.
Manny Castro on to punt again. J.T. Haskins and Jordan Haskins back to return, and now J.T. will sub out as Zay White is on. White, another freshman. This a high, short kick over to the left.
Yeah, that one was shanked. He got a lot of pressure. I noticed the last time he got a lot of pressure and was able to get a good kickoff, but that time he rushed it, and that ball's going to just be at the 25-yard line, Chris.
So Bryan Station, this offense, not like they needed an extra boost.
No, you do. That's one thing you don't want to do. We've seen with this offense, you do not want to give them any breaks, and that's what's happened here. First down at the 25-yard line, up 21-0 with 7:21 left in the first half. I tell you what, Tates Creek right now is putting on an offensive show and a defensive show.
You just get the sense that fumble by Smith really deflated this Tates Creek team.
It did. They were on a high note running, and then, boy, all of a sudden, everything has gone downhill from there.
And Station inside the 5-yard line. That's a rush by Teandre Clark.
Yeah, really nice rush there by Clark. Was able to find that hole, hit it, and was able to get a lot of yards there.
Clark, 6 foot, 185-pound junior. As Bryan Station will call a quick timeout. We will step aside. Station over Tates Creek, 21-0 on Glycod. We'll be right back after this.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Teandre Clark on the tote, and Station knocking on the door again.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at it right now, there's a timeout there by Tates Creek. Tates Creek is now in the last 5.5 quarters down 64-0, Chris. That's just a tough way to go, and was not able to score at Douglas, and right now getting beaten 21-0.
That was on the drop on that replay from Cooper, and Station now marching again. They'll have it first down and goal from inside the 10. As Clark gets the call, and Clark dragging tacklers to the 3.
Yeah, the junior looks good. He's a big running back in there. He's able to find his hole. He's coming up a little bit limping also there. Interesting on that play, they had a cut right under center, which the only other time they did that was on the sneak. So trying out a couple little different things, it looks like.
Take a look at the Bryan Station faithful on that far sideline. As Station now marching again inside the Commodore 5-yard line. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. This team, you get the sense, going to get better and better as the season bears on.
Yeah, I mean, you don't score many points your first 2 games, but boy, since then there's been an offensive explosion for Station.
Cut right under center, and a boot, and Frazier gobbles it up for his second touchdown.
Great catch there. That ball was thrown a little bit low. He was able to get his hands underneath it for a touchdown. Put him up, Chris, 27-0. I don't think either one of us saw this coming, but right now, Station is having their way.
So Devon Frazier, his second touchdown grasp of the evening. And Bryan Station, for the moment, putting it on the Commodores. As Gentry on for the point after cut right, the quarterback will hold. And Gentry adds one to the tally. Station 28 clear on Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Bryan Station having their way with Tates Creek middle portion second quarter. As the Commodores try to muster some sort of response. Clay looking for room on the outside. And the Commodores will commence inside their 25-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what tactics Tates Creek goes to now without Smith back there, see if he's able to get back out on the field. Right now, I don't see him out there. So we've seen what Bryan Station's offense and defense can do. Tates Creek right now cannot afford to have a quick 3 and out.
No, they can't. They will get the football to start this second half, but for the moment anyway, they're trying to muster a sustained drive. It was Logan Julian with a handoff.
Yeah, we saw Julian play running back a couple weeks ago pretty well against North Oldham, and right now you're just going to have to kind of go in with some different guys at running back by committee with Smith not being able to go right now, trying to find him on the sideline. Looks like they're still checking out. Looks like it may be a knee injury that the trainers are looking at on Smith.
We'll try to get a look inside that Tates Creek canopy. There's Bell tucking it up inside.
Yeah, just a tough run up the middle there.
Now, Rick, there you see the Tates Creek contingent taking a look at Smith.
Yeah, right now, got a timeout on the field, but yeah, I think that's their defense getting talked to right now. Yeah, Smith is down here on the sideline. He's standing next to the trainer. So that's never a good sign, which means the trainer's not going to let you back in the ball game.
The 3rd down and 10 coming up. Station burning a timeout. We will update the ticker at half. Lexcath and LCA, the marquee game in the private school sector tonight in Lexington. Also an 8 o'clock kickoff. Frederick Douglass traveling to Corbin.
Got a big game in Louisville tonight.
Sure do. That one on Glycod is Trinity taking on Mail. 6A action, Mail on top as we see 7-0.
Have to give a shout out to our game caller Joe Cox on his birthday.
Yes.
Calling that game there. What a better way to spend your birthday.
His wife might disagree.
Or she, but that may be her gift. Sorry, Joe.
3rd down and long as Witherington in the shotgun. Looking for Clay, and Clay could not hang on.
Yeah, that ball was just a little bit high there. Clay went as high as he could, but just could not hold on to that ball. Brings up a 4th and long for Tates Creek here.
Now, Clay may have been exposed on that play, almost defenseless as he tried to attack that pass.
Yeah, there was a big hit there, so, it's kind of one of those what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but right now Tates Creek a little confusion as to what they're going to do. I think you don't have any choice but to punt right here. They may have to go with the timeout because the play clock's going to be running down. It took a little bit of time to get this punt team out onto the field.
Manny Castro on his last punt in excess of about 10 yards, so they'll try to do better this time as Bryan Station set to return on their 45 as Castro much better. This high and spiraling. Scooped up at the 41-yard line. It's grabbed by Jordan Haskins, and Haskins trudging across to the 46.
Yeah, that ball took a big hop up. Haskins was just waiting right there for it, made a couple of nice moves. Again, really good field position. A long time to go, 4:56. We've seen what Bryan Station can do quickly. So a long time ago, and this Tates Creek defense is back on the field again.
Station offense back. We talked about the Tates Creek schedule a couple of weeks back, Rick, when they played North Oldham and had the sizable win. And looking at their schedule, we thought the middle portion of their schedule may be the most difficult of the season, and it appears it's going to be.
Yeah, you're just going to have to make it through these couple of games until you can get to the games, And again, we'll tell you, though, these games aren't near as important as when you go up against Dunbar, Lafayette, Henry Clay. So
on the road at Ballard, so Ballard a common opponent for both these teams. And that ball zipped and caught. Frazier having a great night as he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, really good pass there. We talked about again that Cutright has been a little bit erratic, but boy, these last couple passes have been right on the money.
And Cutright is zipping that ball into heavy congestion.
Yeah, doing a really good job with his accuracy, almost pinpoint accuracy. There's only one place you can put that ball, and the last couple of throws have been right there.
Three receivers flanked down far. Cutright, little hitch. We got a flag trailing that play as Cutright lofting it. Frazier catches, but a flag back in the backfield.
Yeah, that's a classic holding right there. I tell you what, the official was right there watching and was able to throw that flag.
So that will negate a nice grab again for Devon Frazier.
Yeah, big play down there. The lineman he really had no choice. Cutright was going to get sacked if he did not hold him, and just took a grab of him and threw him down. But a big 10-yard penalty there. Good job by Tates Creek. Now you don't want to give up a big play here because you've got 1st and 20.
10 yards from the spot of the foul, of course. So 1st down and about 20. There's Clark, a burst, and a nice pickup of 8 yards.
Yeah, good job there on 1st and 20. Go ahead and pick up a little bit of yardage there, get it 2nd and 12, and then go on down the field and make it manageable from here.
Zondre Clark, 6 foot, 185-pound junior, spelling Kalen Washington. Low pass caught anyway. That's Javari Burnett, already a touchdown grasp tonight. He'll take it up for about 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, good defense there by Tates Creek. Give up that little pass, but right there, they were waiting for it on that one. So 3rd and long for Tates Creek. This is the first time they've been in this. I mean, for Bryan Station, first time they've been in this situation. Boy, really, really important couple of downs here for Tates Creek. I can't imagine that Bryan Station wouldn't go into 4-down territory here with about 3 minutes left in the half.
Well, we saw the defenders on the first drive of the game go for it on their side of the field on 4th and 1. They converted, and then the end result turned out to be a touchdown. So 3rd down and long as we tiptoe under 3 minutes in this first half. And Cutright's back to throw. Plenty of time. He's past the line of scrimmage. And he's still loose. Is Trenton Cutright. Here he goes down the near sideline. There is a flag as Cutright ushered out of bounds.
Yeah, it's either going to be a hold or a block in the back, but I really think the officials could have called about 6 different holds there. I only saw one flag, but boy, there was a whole lot going on there.
There's a lot to take in this replay.
Yeah, just like I say, it's going to be interesting to see which one they're going to call here. Still waiting for the call.
Certainly going to be against Bryan Station.
Yeah.
As the Commodores go to their bench on that front. Tyler Elliott will check in as backup defensive lineman for Tates Creek as the miscue cited against Bryan Station.
Yeah, they're going to have another 3rd and longer now.
Coming up at halftime, we'll chat with Jarrett Peck, sports writer of the Lexington Herald-Leader. He will join us.
Ball will be placed at the Main Street 49-yard line.
It's 3rd and a long way here, Chris.
Sure is. It was 1st and 20, and now it's going to be about 3rd down and 19. Three-man rush, Cutright. Heaves it. He's got an open target, and it's dropped.
Boy, I tell you what, that one could have walked into the end zone. Not a bad pass, but Javari Burnett right back there just could not hold on to that ball, Chris.
He was salivating at the side of that pylon. You could just sense it.
Yeah, and a great pass there on the run. And boy, I tell you what, just couldn't quite get there, and just that ball, I tell you what, that's one of the worst feelings, that ball just bouncing up in your hands when you could walk into the end zone with it.
So Station will punt for the 2nd time. Trenton Cutright is on. And Luke Cooper back for Tates Creek. So the Commodores force a Bryan Station punt. Clock idle at 2:16. And Cutright, a high spiraling kick to the right. It'll gear out at about the 20.
So right now, if you're Tates Creek, you have 2 minutes, 10 seconds. You want to get something going. You want to get on the scoreboard before halftime. You've got to get your offense going here. And Chris, I could be mistaken, but I think we've seen the last of Marquavion Smith tonight. He doesn't even have his helmet anymore. He's walking kind of dejectedly to the bench right now. So I think his night's going to be over.
Smith chatting with Senator Clay beneath us as Tates Creek going to go inside. They'll have Tony Bell, 5'7" sophomore, on at the running back spot with 2 receivers out to that far side and 2 to the near. 1st down and 10. Pass across the middle, and it's caught by Siegler, and there's a 1st down across the 40.
Quick play. And I think right now, if you're Tates Creek, that's what you want to do. Get this tempo going. Get off there. Make Bryan Station's defense have to work and be uncomfortable, and that's what they're doing, getting right back to the line.
Witherington putting that ball right on the money is Siegler with a big catch. And the Commodores going to go hurry up here on 1st down and 10. And another pass. This is going to be Cooper. Or, excuse me, is that Jackson?
Good job there. Get that ball out to the side, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Don't have to burn one of your timeouts.
Second down and just a couple. As the Commodores trying to get on the board here to close the half. DJ Johnson in the far slot for Creek. And that pass well behind.
That could have been a lateral. That ball was very, very close. Let's see if we have that on replay, because that ball was almost a backwards pass. Let's see what we think here.
As Witherington may have slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, he has the ball. Oh, boy, that was pretty close there. Tates Creek has another injury. Looks like they got Marquita's Boyd under the tent there, looking at his leg also. So, tough night so far.
Well, we've not seen Senator Clay in a little bit as well. He was down beneath us chatting with Marquavion Smith as Creek now staring at 3rd down and 3. Witherington. He's got a target. Mason Jackson creeping for a catch up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, second time we've seen him down on the sideline be able to do that. That's what they need. You know, Tates Creek, they've had some big drops that's really kind of hurt them, but that one got the first down, 1:41 to go, still plenty of time to get the ball into the end zone.
Witherington, just such moxie, able to find his target there.
Station calls a timeout.
And we will step aside with a timeout. Be right back on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Chris Labar and Rick Reams back live tonight. Tates Creek High School, Bryan Station 2-2 on the year. The Commodores are 3-1 right now. Station leading handily here. Latter portion, second quarter. The 1st down and 10 after the Mason Jackson grab as Creek prodding their way up the field. And Witherington back to throw. Sneaks up in the pocket and crafting his way up the near sideline.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is definitely the definition of getting something out of nothing. He was really trapped in the backfield. But he even did, you know, we're talking about a senior. He even did the smart thing. He got out of bounds there, which is exactly what you want to do. Get some yardage, get out of bounds, stop that clock.
4-yard pickup for Witherington as he squirms across the 25-yard line. And dumped out a rifle. That's Cooper. Could not hang on, or was it caught?
Yeah, he caught it, but he was on his knee, Chris. So once he caught it, the ball was down. So interesting to see where that mark is. Going to be a 1st down. Well, they're going to.
Maybe about a yard short from the indication as the officials ask for timeout.
They've already spotted the ball once, then they threw it back, and then they're going to re-spot it and go ahead and give them the 1st down.
With the Commodores inside the station red zone. They were there once earlier, resulting in a fumble. They need points here.
Oh, another penalty that's really going to hurt them. That was an early false start there. Both receivers, the left side of the field, just moved early.
Or maybe the other 9 left late.
That's right. The center knew the snap call. So, but yeah, you know, sometimes you have a receiver, you want to get off the ball and get down the field quickly, but that time you got caught.
I like those replays where everybody moves, but the center doesn't snap it.
Yeah, exactly. Center looks around like, hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. It was the 9 guys' fault, not the center's.
Yeah, exactly.
The 1st down and 15. The 22 is Witherington. Nice pass out, and that ball caught at the peak of his leap. That's J.T. Cooper.
Great pass there out there to Cooper. He was able, a big receiver out there, was able to find that ball, get to the sideline, get out of bounds for the first down with still plenty of time, Chris. This is just a huge drive for Tates Creek. As you said, they get the ball back to start the second half.
And doing it with some complementary pieces through the year. Mason Jackson has a big catch. J.T. Cooper a grab. And there is Bell. The decoys. Witherington. Oh, it's picked. Witherington floats it up, and it's picked. And Station, oh my, are they going to take it out across the 25-yard line? Intercepted Bryan Station.
Well, we've talked all the games we've called about Witherington, the smarts in his game. That time he did not make the smart play. He wishes he could have that one back. Chris, it was going to get sacked and just threw that ball up in the air. And boy, I tell you what, just such a terrible, just a buzzkill for Tates Creek. Such a wonderful drive there. Such a great quarterback. But boy, that time he just made the wrong decision.
That was Isaiah Watts on the interception. And Bryan Station with 2 key takeaways in this game.
Yeah, both of them in the red zone. As you said, now they're even on the year.
Yeah, both teams even on the year.
Yeah.
There's Cutright in the shotgun. And Cutright. Clark tries a burst, and it hole closes. That's DJ Johnson on the stop.
Yeah, Station's just going to hand the ball off, and if you get a big run, you'll take it. But right now, they're more than happy to go in the locker room up 28.
Tates Creek will have the football to start the second half, but just a demoralizing end to this half on the offensive end. And Station obligated to run one more play with a play clock. 13 seconds as Cutright finding Clark. And he'll spin across the 20, and that may conclude this first half.
They got a first down, so they're going to stop the clock. But you know, one thing, Chris, I talked about Kalen Washington. He came off limping off the field also, and we've not seen him since then. So interesting to see if we can find him to see what they're doing. But right now, he's not been in the last 3 or 4 series.
Station on top at half over Tates Creek, 28-0. More coverage of Week 5 on Glycod.com right after this.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Find out about their apprenticeship and training programs that help you earn while you learn. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential.
28-0, Bryan Station leading Tates Creek at the half as we welcome you back here on Glycod.com. And Tates Creek, they've had their opportunities, just can't capitalize.
Yeah, they just can't cash in. They keep on shooting themselves in the foot. We talked about it in the keys to the game earlier this year. It was penalties, and right now it's just mistakes. Had a fumble in the red zone, and then, boy, that last pass right there, just a huge, huge mistake by Tates Creek to give Bryan Station the ball back up 28-0 with all the momentum. Tates Creek playing now, it looks like, with the rest of the game without Marquavion Smith. So they've got to figure out something this halftime. What are they going to come up with, Chris, in order to try to get that ball in the end zone?
The Bryan Station offense, very impressive, and Frazier, Devon Frazier offensively, and Trenton Cutter had been very, very good.
Yeah, just really, really sound players, some nice passes, some nice screens. You saw Cutright get out there, make some big runs early on in the first quarter to get this lead, and I tell you what, we talked about it, the keys of the game. Which team was going to show up? Was it going to be the station that could score all the points or not? And right now, 28 points at halftime, you can't argue with success.
So Tates Creek will get the football to start the second half. It does appear that they're depleted. What are some things they can do to perhaps get back in this game?
I think you're going to have to start relying back on Witherington's legs. Just let him get out there. Let him create some things. Try to get that so then Station's defense is a little bit offset. Then you can go back and make some passes and different things like that. Although they had a good success rate going down the field there in the last drive, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some more passes like that. But, boy, if you're Tates Creek, you've got to catch the ball and not have big drops like they did in the first half.
Commodore defense, they've been backed up against it throughout much of this first half. They have forced 2 Bryan Station punts. But from the defenders' defensive side, they've done a great job really taking the run away from Tates Creek.
Yeah, they're forcing Tates Creek to do things that maybe Tates Creek doesn't want to do, and that if you're a defensive coordinator and if you're Coach Hawkins, then you're very pleased with how your defense is playing tonight, putting 0 up. But I tell you what, it's just one of those things. And then getting the turnovers. That's what you want as the defense. Go ahead and get a fumble recovery and an interception to get you to 0 on the year, even on the year. Same thing with Tates Creek. And we talked about it. One of the keys of the game is for Bryan Station to win that turnover battle. And right now, 2-0, they're winning it.
Well, it's Friday night in Lexington, middle of the fall. That means Jared Peck is working. I don't know what he does the other 6 days of the week, but he is working tonight. Lexington Herald leader. He will chat with our Rick Reams and update you on all things high school football when we come back after this on Glycod.
New recruit? Take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity. It's about the best I can put it.
The cost of school is free, actually. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every two weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. So you're getting paid to do your job.
You can start off with absolutely no knowledge, and they're going to give you the tools and the foundation to build up from there
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable, and they care about actually making sure you understand the information that they're presenting to you.
So I know that when I go to motor control, Wayne he's passionate about motor control, and he wants you to get it.
But it's really not like school. It's they're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field. So you're able to implement what you're learning almost on the fly. And sometimes you're learning more things in the field. By the time you get into the classroom, it's like, oh, I already know this.
They break the class down into smaller groups on your class day.
If you need help, you can easily look at whoever's sitting next to you and ask them for help. You know, everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This is an organization of brothers and sisters all working together to accomplish a common goal. We work together in the field, and then we become friends on the outside, and it's almost like a family organization at that point.
Nobody I've ever worked with has referred to this job as a job. I went from a job to a life-changing career. So coming out of the apprenticeship program, you can go into a variety of directions with your work. You can become a foreman, you can do motor controls at a manufacturing facility, you can specialize in fire alarm.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
So if you're the kind of person that likes to think things through or see how things work on the inside.
Someone that's detail-oriented, motivated.
I've always seen myself as a hands-on person. Being in an apprenticeship, I'm getting my associate's degree, doing electrical, and being able to do something hands-on.
If you like to build things, this is the place.
It requires you to grow up. Be accountable for yourself because, yeah, they're going to lay out tools to help you be successful, but it's up to you to, grab those tools and build yourself.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Roy Walton Stadium here at Tates Creek High School, where at halftime Bryan Station Defenders leading Tates Creek 28-0. Rick Reams and Chris LeBar on the call, but right now I'm talking to Jared Peck from the Lexington Herald Leader. And Jared, Chris joked about this, but let me ask you a question. Do you have a night off? Do you have a day off during season?
I technically took a Monday off, and I went to a soccer game anyway. But I did a soccer game, boys soccer game Tuesday, boys soccer game Thursday, 2 girls soccer games on Wednesday, and I'm here tonight.
Well, that's amazing. So I'm not going to make you give me all the replays of all the events you've been to, because I see you during the basketball season everywhere, boys, girls, and everything else. But let's talk a little bit right now. Week 5 of high school football. Just talk to me about Lexington City teams. What do you see from them this year?
Well, I think we've seen that, Bryan Station always gets off to a slow start, but then they get pretty good pretty fast. I mean, they took 2 losses early. The Franklin County loss is kind of a mystery in week 2, but they look really solid here. Tates Creek is much improved, and you can see they're moving the ball. They've just been unlucky in the red zone a couple of times, but this could be a much closer game if they don't have those turnovers. I think Douglas is still kind of Douglas. We're going to find out tonight at Corbin, because Corbin's a real deal, and their defense can cause problems, especially when Douglas has the backup quarterback I think he's a sophomore or something like that, Jackson Strotman, but he's been doing a good job. But when Douglas can beat you 43-0 like they did Tates Creek last week and not really look that impressive doing it, they're still Douglas. And then I think Dunbar is in a situation where this Tates Creek team might end their district streak this year. They won 3 in a row at Dunbar, and Tates Creek looks good enough to topple this Dunbar team. But again, they could find a way.
Yeah.
District games are funny things, and sometimes they pick themselves up. And then we got Sarah playing Dayton tonight. They're undefeated. They're in the top 10. They might be number 4 in Class A. So Sarah's looking really good. Got a lot of good athletes over there, and for an A football team, they're really good.
Yeah. Well, and then it's interesting because when I was growing up in Lexington, Sayre didn't play football, and now they are. Very impressive. Let's talk about one other game in the city tonight: Lexington Catholic and LCA. What are your thoughts on that game?
Well, I think that if Lexington Catholic can win that game, they can feel really good about their chances in 3A because Cal is. Was still number 1 after that loss to LCA last week in Class 3A. They're the class of the division by a good little bit, and I think if Lex Catholic can stand up and play well with Lexington Christian tonight, then that says a lot for their chances to advance in 3A because they've got a good district. That I think they can win their district pretty easily, and then LCA. If LCA wins this, nobody would have seen them going through this first 5 weeks they've gone through at 4-1 if they win tonight, and that's what they'll be. They'll only lost to Boyle County. There's no shame in losing to Boyle County.
Right.
And they lost. It was close. It was 2 touchdowns, but that second touchdown came late. LCA looks like the real deal. I think they can get to Kroger if everybody stays healthy. I mean, they look like the class of 2A. Now they tend to keep the other team in it. When they get against good teams like Beechwood and Mayfield, they'll make a mistake and keep the other team in it, and it'll come down to the last second like it always does, like it did last week. So, but yeah, both are quality teams and both are contenders in their classes.
Right. Well, next week we're going to have Cathedral and Douglas. Let's talk a little bit about Douglas. The fact that they're moving back up into 6A. How do you think that's going to affect them?
Well, I mean, they're challenging themselves, and with the schedule they've had, they went up to play in the Canton game, and they're going down to Corbin, and Corbin is not a regular 4A team. That's a really good team down there. They need to be healthier than they are. They need to figure out what the running situation is. But they're still really solid defensively. They still got 15 college players all over the field, and they just kind of overwhelm you with their speed. And I think that they can continue to do that, and they can keep themselves in games because they will force turnovers.
Right.
And if they don't make any mistakes, you're going to have to beat them. So, I mean, I think Cathedral's going to be a tough ass next week because it's a big Indianapolis school. But I think once they get through that, the station game is important for them. I don't think Madison Central has anything for them. I don't know if Clark's playing tonight. They're playing Ballard. We're going to learn a lot about Clark tonight. When they play Ballard, but I see Douglas probably coming out as the district champion, but it all depends on October 14th when they play Douglas or Bryan Station.
Yeah, well, and let's talk really quick. Just give me a little bit of rundown on your thoughts on this Tates Creek team with Coach Hawks, what he's doing here, what he's building here from where this program was to where it is now.
Well, their numbers are up. They've got they're able to contend with Bryan Station in the line. They're running the ball. I mean, you see everything that they're doing well out here tonight. They are moving the ball. It's just mistakes, and it's kind of a mental thing. It's kind of a mental thing with a lot of Lexington teams have that issue. Is like getting over the hump. Bryan Station had it before when in Hawk's first year. It was like everybody pulling on the rope at the same time and not letting go. There's just a situation there where they've got to get over the mental hurdle. I think this team is a mental hurdle away from making a jump to where they can contend with Bryan Station. I mean, you see it here tonight. It's just little mistakes. They clean those up. They can play with just about anybody. Last week, Douglas overwhelmed them, but, Douglas and a few other teams are on another echelon. But, they can beat the other 20 teams. And I think Tates Creek can beat the other 20 teams in Class 6A. This problem is there's 32 teams in Class 6A.
That's right. Well, Jared, I tell you what, we may have moved you out of your comfort zone. You're usually writing about this. I'm making you talk about this tonight. But, hey, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming up and seeing us, and I'm sure I'll see you around everywhere you go. Hey, Be safe out there. Thanks again for your time. Have a great night.
You too.
You know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
First responders do the incredible. They help save lives. And so can you by donating at CSL Plasma. Your plasma donation can help create 24 critical life-saving medicines. And you can be rewarded for your generosity. Every plasma donation can do so much for so many. Do the amazing. Help save lives. Donate plasma today at your local CSL Plasma Center.
Let's get real. For a lot of people, 4 years of college might as well be $1 million. With us, you can get a certificate in a matter of months and start a career right away. College for the real world. College for your world.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Psych, and I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh? Foul! And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me. Thanks, bro. Take a lap, rookie.
Contact Louisville and Lexington Allstate agent Thomas Allen for a quote today. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
This segment of tonight's game on Glycod is presented by Allstate insurance agent Thomas Allen. He's proudly served Central Kentucky for years and sets high standards for the services his team provides their clients. It's Allstate Insurance, Thomas Allen. 28-0 Bryan Station over Tates Creek at half. Second half when we come back right after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Prolonged conversation at midfield between the quintet of officials this evening as Tates Creek trailing 28-0 in the halftime festivities here at Roy Walton Stadium. Let's talk a couple of adjustments, Rick, for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Bryan Station's defense, as crazy as it sounds, you want to kind of buckle up a little bit and not give up some of those big plays that they did at the end of the second quarter. If you're Bryan Station's offense, you also want to keep on using cut right and kind of help him work on those passes. It looks really good out there. If you're Tates Creek, you're just going to have to go back to the drawing board. You're going to have to go with what you did in the first half without Marquavion Smith, though, but you're going to have to keep on moving the ball down the field. But you just can't have the huge turnovers you're having. If you're on defense, you've got to stay with your man. You've also got to watch cut right. Don't let him beat you out there, but you just can't give up the big plays that they've given up tonight.
Let's revisit the keys to the game. For Bryan Station, most important was offensive growth, and that list has been checked.
Yeah, exactly. They are the team from the last 2 weeks, and that's what we wanted to see tonight if they would. Turnovers. Could they improve on that? And they absolutely have done that. They've checked both marks. Tates Creek, I'm not sure if they've forgotten that game last week, Chris. This may be a little bit of hangover from last week also. And then you've got to have the reduction of mistakes, and that hasn't happened either tonight. So you see 28-0, Bryan Station has done the two things we talked about, and Tates Creek has not been able to.
So the Commodores will have the football to begin the second half. Lots going on tonight in Central Kentucky. We will continue to update the ticker as this evening unfolds. It's become a little bit crisp. We do see some long sleeve shirts beneath us. And a nice representation from both fan bases here in Central Kentucky. Arch rivals, 15-14, the series in favor of Bryan Station since 1998. And the defenders, for the moment anyway, having their way with Tates at half.
Yeah, right now it's been all Bryan Station. But, one thing, if you're Tates Creek, you say, hey, that was their half. We can do the same exact thing. It's happened before. Not as likely, but, boy, if you're Tates Creek, you don't give up yet. You got to keep on playing the game.
J.T. Cooper back along with Senator Clay for Tates Creek. Marquavion Smith certainly appears he will not be back, Rick. That right knee appears to be wrapped with ice.
Yeah, he's iced. He's done. He doesn't have his helmet on. But, the one thing you love about him, he was out there. You talked about it talking to Senator Clay. He's over with Witherington right now. He's doing his job as a leader to get these guys ready. Even though he can't be out there, he's going to still be part of this team.
So glad to have you along. Week 5 on Glycod.com. Thanks to the great folks at Tates Creek for the privilege to broadcast this game. So glad to have you along as we continue to march into the state championship weekend in early December. High short kick gobbled up by Clay. And Clay with a seam, and it closed as he slung down at the 34.
Well, I agree, Chris. It looked like he was going to break that one big right up the middle there, but was able to close it down and get him down on the ground. So now we're going to see what Tates Creek offense, what they talked about at halftime, how they're going to attack this Bryan Station defense, see if they can have a little bit more success like they did in that last drive of the second quarter before they ended up throwing that interception.
Andrew Witherington with one pick late in the first half. Tony Bell running back, stationed to the left, and Bell gets the call, and Bell a slippery run as he's tripped up from behind, a gain of 9.
Good job there. Showed some speed, was able to break through that hole there in the line, was able to get down the field to get a good gain, to get second and short. Boy, this really opens up your playbook here.
Well, we saw Bell with a couple of runs last week. He's got a burst, and he showed you why right there.
Yeah, really good job. Doesn't have a lot of size there, but, boy, once he gets out in the open field, he can fly.
Two receivers at the bottom of your screen. Open playbook here for Tates Creek on second down and very short. And now they're going to lose a few as Bell tried to bounce it outside.
Yeah, that time he just was not able to get that speed outside enough. Bryan Station, really, really good push to get him back in the backfield for a loss, which makes 3rd and long now.
So loss of 5. And Witherington rolling right against heavy pressure. He's going to call his own number. He's got a first down. And Witherington upended at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, again, that's what we saw against North Oldham. Did a really good job. He's coming up a little gimpy also. Big hit there by Haskins. Jordan Haskins there hit him way down the field. But we saw those legs again get him out. And then he makes this one nice move here. But watch this hit right there.
Here's Bell trying to bounce it out, and he can't. Loss of 5, just so much speed. That's Devon Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier, he's been on both sides of the ball, and we've talked about that. The fact that these kids are really, really excelling on both sides of the ball, and just a huge loss of about 8-9 yards there on first down.
They'll mark it at the 48. So Tates Creek behind the chains as Devon Frazier, 2 touchdown receptions and a big tackle for loss on that play. And there's Bell trying to slide through the hole.
So this is a place that Tates Creek really doesn't want to be. 3rd and very long, 3rd and about 13 or 14 yards. Really, really cuts into your play calling. But again, this is where I would lean on Witherington's legs.
We've seen J.T. Cooper with a couple of grabs. Luke Cooper has a catch. Mason Jackson a grab. Thomas Siegler. So the Commodore offense has been spread out on 3rd down and long. As Witherington tries to draw something up, and that's caught by Cooper. They'll mark him right at the 41, about 4 or 5 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, and again, I think on that one, it's a very smart play. This is 4-down territory, so get part of that yardage back that you lost, and now go for it on 4th, and still about 8 yards to go.
Two receivers flanked at the bottom. Big 4th down looming. And slung to the ground.
Boy, huge sack there.
Javon Frazier.
Yeah, just really showed a lot of speed there. And, on that one, you would tell the quarterback just trying to throw the ball away. But on that one, Chris, he just didn't have time. He could not get away from Frazier, was right there on him. Big turnover of downs there. Gives Bryan Station's offense, again, really good field position.
This Bryan Station group, extremely athletic.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, all over the line and the backs, you see that defense really able to sprint out there.
They've got a couple things they need to clean up, and they are coached by such a well-respected, well-prepared coaching staff. This group you think is going to be right there again. 1st down and 10. Cut right. Heaves it high.
Yeah, that one he just, he didn't get his feet set, tried to throw that ball from the side, and that's going to happen. That's when that ball flies on you.
Now, Rick, we talked about this at the beginning. A lot of the same players from last year, but a different group and a different identity, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Kids mature. They do different things. Their body changes, and sometimes as a coach, you have to change with that. And that's what's happened with this Bryan Station team. They've come out. They're not going just running the ball down the field. They're doing some passing, some running, really well-rounded offense.
2nd down and 10 with staircase formation to the top. Clark with the tote. Powering through the hole, and Clark a first down and down the sideline.
Wow.
And just short of the boundary.
He had a huge stiff arm to get away at the line and then just hit the side all the way down the field to the 2-yard line. Really good run there. You take a look at this stiff arm right there, was able to get outside. And again, Chris, we talked about the fact that we have not seen Kalen Washington since early on in the 2nd quarter. So right now, Station doing it without their running back also.
Teandre Clark ripping off one in excess of 45 yards. And Station on the doorstep, 1st down and goal. And Clark trying to power in. And he earned that touchdown.
Yeah, really good run there. Good blocking. Was able to get it into the end zone there.
So Teandre Clark, his first touchdown of the season.
Eerily similar to last week, Chris. They score here, trying to go for 2 to get this clock running.
Zach Gentry will perhaps have an early night. He's 4 of 4 on extra points. Gentry, 12 of 13, by the way, on PATs this season. And a 2-point conversion here would make it a running clock. And cut right, coaxing it in the end zone.
Threw that one high also. So right now you're 34-0 with 7:56 left in the 3rd quarter.
Be right back after this on Glycod.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th think I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Take a look at next week's schedule on Glycod coming up. Rick and I will emanate at the farm for Cathedral and Frederick Douglass. Also, PRP Male, Henry County North Oldham, and a pair of foes in Indiana. Consist of our Week 6 coverage next week. Cooper at the 15. And Cooper tangled up.
Lost the ball there, but Tates Creek was able to come up with a recovery.
Jaden Shagog the first to get there, and then his buddies came for the stop.
Yeah, it's just a tough night there so far for Tates Creek. But we learned last week, this Tates Creek team, they're not going to give up. They're going to keep on playing. They're going to get out there, try to get down the field, get in the end zone.
Tough test for them in their next game at Ballard, and then they'll take on Paul Lawrence Dunbar. We'll have that for you in a couple of weeks. And you get the sense with that matchup, then followed by Lafayette, Henry Clay, that they still have a very strong chance of winning that district.
Absolutely.
Witherington is back to throw on first down at 10. He's going to dump it across the middle, and that's close to a first down.
Nice play there. Witherington that time, not really seen that sidearm toss, but he had to. He had a defender right in front of him and was able to get the first down there.
That's Luke Cooper, who's had a couple of big catches tonight.
Did a better job that time. Watched the ball all the way in, so that way he did not have to worry about dropping and getting that first down.
Thomas Siegler split out wide for Creek with Mason Jackson in the slot. Senator Clay in motion. And Witherington gonna heave it.
Yeah, that one, he threw that ball kind of out of bounds. Again, on that one, tonight, Chris, we've seen him a lot more trying to run that laterally and then make that pass. In the first couple games, he didn't stay back there quite as long, was able to get some big runs, and I think that's one thing that's changed a little bit tonight.
At the end of the season here, the regular season, will announce the all-Glycod team, one representative from each position in the Central Kentucky area. And Witherington reminds me of the old John Madden team. Yep. Remember, he had that team at the end of the year, and he would always give guys that just had that it factor, that moxie.
Right. That's exactly right.
Maybe more talented players, but he's got some kind of heart in his Witherington. And there he goes. And Witherington's got a first down.
Yeah, really good play there. Was this kind of went through all his receivers and then wasn't able to find them and then went ahead. And he's coming up really gimpy right now. But we know him. He's not going to come out unless they come out and get him. So he's going to keep on playing. But taking some deep breaths here to try to get ready to go back in. Looks like, again, it's his leg.
Gain of about 12. So first down, 10. New set of downs here for Tates Creek. Two big fumbles, or rather two big turnovers in this game. One interception and one fumble. So two key takeaways for Station.
Boy, I tell you what, Station just has so much speed in their secondary. Just able to run out and just really make a great tackle there.
It's like Jalen Berry on the stop.
Yeah, to get a loss of 5 or 6 yards on a sweep is really, really impressive by the defenders.
think you're best attacking this station team north-south.
Yes, I agree.
Siegler, his third catch across the 40 to the 41.
That's on that last drive of the first half, they had a lot of luck with that, just going outside there. And again, I think you're in 4-down territory here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the same play on 3rd down here.
Siegler appeared a little bit gimpy there at the bottom of your screen. You see him hands on hips there, number 4.
Yeah, at this point, there's a lot of season left for Tates Creek, so you're going to kind of have to play smart here the rest of the way to try not to have any big injuries.
And Marquavion Smith with his status perhaps questionable moving forward, out with an injury as Witherington rolling. Pinballed, and there's another takeaway. Intercepted Bryan Station across the 30-yard line. It looked like Isaiah Watts again.
Yeah, really good job there. Was able, as you said, almost a tip drill to himself, but was able to bring it in and get the big turnover there. So now Station's 1 up on the year, and Tates Creek's 1 down on the year, and that right there is just the kind of the key to this game.
Isaiah Watts, 2 picks, and Station trying to put Tates Creek away here, middle portion of the 3rd.
Tell you what, right now it looks like the Jared Peck talked about it at halftime. The Douglas Station game is going to be one to watch.
That'll be Saturday, October 14th at noon. Perhaps the first of a couple this year. Pass out and wide open, cut right on the money, and a Station touchdown, Javari Burnett.
Yeah, tell you what. You've said he's really spread it out, but, boy, his touchdowns have gone to those 2 guys, and just a great play. Was wide open and just threw it about as far as he could throw it, but, boy, he got behind the defense and was just able to make the catch and bring it in, whereas he dropped one earlier, but that one all the way in for the touchdown, and now you have a continuous clock.
Sure do. Burnett, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. Frazier, Devon Frazier with a pair. And Bryan Station well on their way here in week 5. And Gentry right down Broadway. 41-0. We'll be right back after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville, or browse their inventory at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Trenton Cutright to Javari Burnett for a Bryan Station touchdown and a running clock here as soon as this ball is put in play. Cradled at the 15. And up the near sideline. Tates Creek with a pass. That's Brody Dunham all the way across the 30.
Again, this Tates Creek team is not going to give up. Got a really nice return there. He said, if we're going to see that running clock stop, if we have anything to do with it.
Been a real good crowd, great atmosphere tonight. And again, this broadcast authorized by Tates Creek High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. So 1st and 10. Witherington back on for more. And Bell with a burst. You can see why this Tates Creek team likes Bell, only a sophomore.
Yeah, again, undersized, but boy, I tell you what, he sticks his nose in there. He's not afraid to go inside the tackles there and try to get as much yardage as he can. We saw before when he broke through there, he was able to get a good gain. had a little bit of trouble on the sweep, but you're not going to find a lot of secondaries in high school football that are near as fast as Bryan Station's.
Gain of about 4 for sophomore Tony Bell. Witherington dumps it behind a wide open Luke Cooper.
Yeah, that one he does a really good job about getting that ball out quickly, but that one he rushed it and made it fast too quickly.
While Lawrence Dunbar on the road tonight seeking their first win, traveling to Boone County. We will update you on that score when we get it. We'll post it at the bottom of the screen on our ticker. Douglas is underway at Corbin. On 3rd down and 8. And did Creek give it away again? They did not.
The fumbled snap right there. I think Witherington was trying to hand that ball off a little too quickly, and now you got 4th and long here.
Loss of about 4 or 5, so 4th down and 11. And a Commodore timeout. Step aside, be back in 30 seconds on Glycod.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Let's get real. You could go to work right after high school, but spend a little time with us and we'll give you a better chance to do more, be more, and earn more. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Fourth down and 11 for Tates Creek from their opponent's 31-yard line. Trying to get on the board here and stop this running clock. And Witherington, he's looking for a target and out of the midst of Dunham.
Oh boy, just barely overthrew that. A really nice play there by Tates Creek Dunham. We saw in that kickoff return, nice speed there, was able to get behind the defense, but just a little bit overthrown there.
Get the sense that Dunham's going to be a guy they really count on this year. 3 interceptions and becoming more of a focal point in the passing game as well.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and so I think you're right. I think that's one. That's what you learn in games like this. You're going to find some players that, although they're playing all the time, all of a sudden they step up a little bit and kind of shine.
We'll see if Station keeps their number 1s in here. For the moment, they will. As cut right back to work. Coming up at the conclusion, as always, our Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player 1 representative from each team. And oh my, and Clark tried to gobble it up, and it may have trickled over to Cutright.
Yeah, that went right through his legs. Bad snap on both sides there. One for Tates Creek the last series, and this one for Bryan Station. First mistake Bryan Station made, but did not lose the ball. But boy, they got very lucky.
Right as we do the live read on the Most Outstanding Player.
Exactly. So one of those. That was a really dodged a bullet there.
Second down and 22 from the 18. Cut right. Gonna zing it. And that ball dislodged and incomplete.
Yeah, again, ball was right on the money. Good play there, but good defense by Tates Creek. I think that was Brody Denham again. Big hit.
Seems like Cutright excels on the more difficult throws sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about it, early on in the game, he was throwing behind people a little bit, hitting people in the shoulder pads, back shoulder pads, but boy, the difficult ones where he has to just throw it right in the eye of the needle, he's able to do it.
Third down and a long distance. Cutright leaking down that far sideline and bobbled and incomplete. Intended target out there was Kamani Barber. And that's going to wrap up quarter number 3. Be 4th down and long when we come back. Bryan Station over Tates Creek on Glycod.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Bryan Station from there, inside their 25 anyway. It'll be 4th down and long. Only punted twice tonight.
Brother. They're going to actually give Cutright a little time off. He's not going to punt this ball.
So a new Station punter is out there. As Tates Creek should have good field position. And that ball nearly blocked, might have been deflected. And it's going to take a bounce back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, again, that happened in the first half with Tates Creek, and right now Station just had one bounce back, and Tates Creek's going to get great field position here, get their offense right back out on the field.
We'll see if Tates Creek keeps their starters out there. So they try to muster up something positive in the latter stages of this game.
It looks like they do have their starters still out there playing.
New running back, however, it will be Quayshawn Mays, another freshman. We've seen Station unveil a couple of very impressive first-year players as Mays tucks it up inside for a small yard.
Yeah, and you know, Chris, this is smart. If Marquavion Smith's not going to be able to play, you know, for a week or so, maybe even a little bit longer, you're going to have to get some other guys in there at the running back position to let them have some experience.
You've got Tony Bell. We did see Logan Julian get a carry. He's not been a huge part of the rush offense. As Mays behind Witherington. And Witherington dumps it, and another drop pass.
Kind of been the story of tonight. Just drop passes there by Tates Creek. Tough one there. A nice pass out there. You just got to pull that ball in. That time Luke Cooper with the drop. We also had Marquita's Boyd, number 21 for Tates Creek, under the tent there also since the second quarter. So another wide receiver out for Tates Creek.
Senator Clay has played just a little bit on the receiving core position for Tates Creek as well. So it's 3rd down and long as Witherington tries to move the chains.
Smart play there was not, you couldn't find a receiver, was able to get out of bounds, which on that one is not stopping the clock. That one is just, you don't want to take any extra hits in a game like this. So another 4th and long for Tates Creek here. Actually lost a yard on that play, so it's going to be 4th and 10. Continuous clock going, 9:14 left in the game here. 41-0 Station winning over Tates Creek.
Pair of top 5 teams, Male leading Trinity 13-3 early second half. That game also airing on Glycod. Of course, Station losing the opener in St. Matthews this year. And an early start, the indicator on the Commodores.
Yeah, Detrell Johnson that time's got going a little bit too fast there.
So much of the season, the script to be written on this Tates Creek team after a couple of disappointing losses, but I think lots to look forward to. They've got some things to clean up, certainly, but should have a nice second half of the year.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we talked about it early on that the middle part of their season right now, this is their tough stretch. Then they get into district games, and they have to just shoot for those. That's what you want to do. You want to win this district and end on a high note.
And you look at Bryan Station, I think a very high ceiling heading into November. Castro trying to steer it inside the 15. And it'll be scooped up at the 19.
Yeah, that was one of those punter's ball that ended up with a backward spin on it that just kind of went sideways for him.
So running clock now as we'll near the 7:30 mark. And Bryan Station's offense back out on the field.
Looks like they've pulled their first string now and have some new players out
New
there.
quarterback out there. Jackson Branham, 5'11", 185-pound junior. But, Sean Okpebolo out there. First down and long. First down at 10, inside hand. And Marcus Owens for a couple. Rick, you've talked to Coach Hawks now the last 3 weeks. First time you talked to Coach Hawkins this week in a long time. Your observations of him?
I tell you what, he's very impressive. I was just impressed with the way he coached last year, really brought this team along. But I told you, Chris, earlier tonight, and I've said it tonight also on this broadcast, I'm the most impressed with Coach Hawkins, who said what we were trying to do was not working, and I had to make a change. And again, he was not so strong-willed, so hard-headed that he wouldn't do it. And boy, the results speak for themselves.
Self-reflection, a powerful thing. And Coach Hawkins trying to guide this group back, and a great catch on a pass thrown behind. A wonderful catch by Barber.
Yeah, really good job there. Had his feet set, was able to just turn, and with those pink gloves he has on, was able to bring that ball in.
And Branham, his first completion of the evening.
Gets it to a third manageable.
A 3rd and 1, and I think Tates may have jumped off sides.
That was the bugaboo that they had 2 weeks ago against North Oldham. Their number 3rd and short, they jumped offside. That one's going to do the same thing for an automatic first down.
Up now to the Bryan Station 33. Defenders +3 tonight on turnovers. And they have had an offensive explosion. A little surprised by the depth of this score. Thought it might be a much more competitive game.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, if you look at Station's season, which again we talked about 2 games and 2 games, but 19.8 scored, 27.3 allowed, and tonight 0 and 41. Chris, it's like I always say, though, that's why they don't play these games on paper. You come out on the field and you play them.
Station off next week, then they'll host Henry Clay, their home opener, all the way back on September 29th. And that's a first down as Bryan Station just takes it shy of the 50-yard line. That's Avery Johnson.
His other life, he was a great NBA coach there for a while.
He's got a high-pitched voice, too, and he rambles for a first down.
Alabama, and yeah, I mean, we had it all over. So we're bringing them all up tonight, Chris.
A lot of depth at the running back position for this Bryan Station team.
Yes, very, very, very speaks well for their future.
Sure does. Another handoff, and Johnson powering through the hole.
Another kid that's showing, you get in the game, you got to do what you got to do. And right now, the sophomore coming in, some big runs, that's going to pay dividends on down the road, not just for this year, but in his career, I'm sure.
Second down and about 3. Some of the folks beneath us getting an early leave home. There's another new running back. This time it's Akeem Clay.
Right now with 3 minutes left with the continuous clock, Bryan Station's just happy to hand the ball off, as you said, to run the running back by committee here that they're going to keep on bringing in.
It's a great place to watch a ball game. This new field turf and a very aesthetically pleasing view from high atop this football field. Branham back to throw. And he's tripped up a yard short of a first down.
Chris, I can remember when I was growing up, this field, as you can imagine, being down in this valley, it was a mud pit. And now to see the field now, it's just amazing what Coach Walton coached through, all the coaches back in the 80s and before then, and now to see these fields at all these stadiums. I'm so excited for these kids.
Absolutely.
That they get to play on these beautiful turf fields.
And the coverage each week, and it's just a different era.
Oh, it
Wonderful.
is. It is. And my dad taped my basketball games on reel-to-reel from the radio, if they had any radio.
4th down and 2. Station, a couple plays left in this game. There's going to be a first down. It's Avery Johnson squeaking his way for a first down.
I see what you did there. So, yeah, we kind of have a couple more plays here for Station, and this game's going to end.
Our most outstanding players coming up at the conclusion. I've got a directive, or at least a direction for Station. I wonder if you'll match up with that. Curious to see who you'll go with there. A couple of viable options. There's a handoff. First down at 10. And a first down as Marcus Owens continues to turn the legs.
Yeah, really, really good job there. Continue to move those legs. And again, you're going to have to take probably one more snap if you're Station, but you see him gets outside here, Chris. The thing I'm impressed about is he hit that hole and then broke it back outside, did not go down on first contact.
Might have one play left. We'll see both these teams again in the regular season here on Glycod. Station a couple more times. There's a handoff. As Marcus Owens will take it.
That should be the night. Both teams are lining up on their sidelines at midfield to meet at the center and shake hands.
Two great coaching staffs, two class programs will meet at the 50. As Bryan Station, a dominant win tonight, their 3rd straight win. And Tates Creek suffers their 2nd consecutive loss. More coverage coming up on Glycod as Bryan Station improves to 3-2 on the season. Be right back after this on Glycod.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now. Through everything that's come our way, we've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher. by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by CSL Plasma. Be rewarded for your generosity. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives.
Welcome back to Roy Walton Stadium on the campus of Tates Creek High School in Lexington. Bryan Station, a shutout win tonight, their 3rd straight win and their 5th in this series. They defeat Tates Creek 41-0, and a lot to like on that sideline.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're Bryan Station, you have to be really pleased. Coach Hawkins talked a lot about it. You know, he talked about the fact that they load their schedule early on for success later on, and that's what they're seeing right now. 3rd straight win, 3rd straight big scores for Tates Creek. For Bryan Station. Tates Creek on the other sideline, boy, 2 straight weeks getting shut out. Got to go back to the drawing board.
2 touchdown receptions for Frazier. That was Devon Frazier with 2 and a pair of touchdown receptions for Javari Burnett. Trenton Cutright, a long touchdown rush. He did a little bit of everything for him.
Yeah, he was able to throw the ball, pass the ball. He punted the ball for him. He did everything but maybe bring water out in the pregame. But, big night for him. Very, very impressive performance by this Bryan Station defender team.
And for Tates Creek, we talked about this at halftime. They had their chances, but 2 key miscues in the first half, and that really put them away.
Yeah, you had that fumble there with Marquavion Smith when he was running when he got hurt, and then that second one was that interception right there. Looked like they were going to take the ball in, score before half, and then get that ball back. And, boy, that could have just – but I think, kids are kids, and all of a sudden that's going to be happening where you're just going to have to – you're going to have to make those plays. So
Andrew Witherington with an untimely interception as well.
Yeah, and like I say, he makes smart plays normally, but on that play right there that time, should have just taken the sack. But that time he tried to throw that ball and threw it right into coverage.
Our most outstanding players presented by Elite Building Products. When we come back, we'll have it for you after this on Glycod.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Last season, Glycod streamed over 160 games.
As our presence grows throughout Kentucky and Southern Indiana, we have a need for production, sales, and social media support. If you've ever wanted to pursue a career in the fast-paced world of broadcasting but didn't know how, these opportunities could be for you. For more information, please contact info@glycod.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding players presented by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. Locally owned with an outstanding selection of windows, doors, and siding. For more information, visit them at elitekentucky.com. For Bryan Station.
You know, we had a couple of different players we could have gone with, but tonight I think we're going to go with Devon Frazier. Those 2 touchdowns. Played defense, was really, really strong tonight. We talked about it. Really wasn't that well known as far as touchdowns and everything. Came out tonight, had a great game. I think there's no doubt he's the player of the game.
And for Creek, some consternation there. Sell us on Tony Bell.
I tell you what, the reason I went with Tony Bell is because, you know, you have Marquavion Smith, who's your all-everything running back. When he goes down, someone's going to have to step up. And I think tonight we saw, and you talked about it, Bell had to come in. He had to play the game. 5'7" sophomore. I think he played an admirable game, and he deserves to get some recognition for at least sticking his head in there and giving it a go.
That's very well said. Some tough, hard-earned yards inside for Tony Bell. Devon Frazier, some critical touchdowns, and then a big tackle for a loss. Just a great performance. And then Trenton Cutright, I mean, he was right there as well.
Oh, absolutely. Cutright could have gotten it. You know, again, with Bryan Station, it's just a lot of players. You also could have given it to Javari Burnett, you know, with 2 touchdowns. So I think it's just a well-rounded effort. But I think the reason for me with Frazier was the fact that it's just one that doesn't really stick out on the stat sheet, but it came to play tonight.
Great win tonight for Station, their 3rd in succession. They defeat Tates Creek 41-0. Take one more break, be back for a schedule look at next week's action. We'll have it for you after this on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Did you know that Cartown Kia has one of the largest pre-owned inventories in the region? And did you know that we source vehicles from all over the country? Not only will we pay top dollar for your trade, we'll buy from you even if you don't buy from us. So stop in today for a quick and easy appraisal, and while you're here, check out the new Kias arriving daily. There's never been a better time to upgrade your ride. Visit Cartown Kia or shop anytime at cartownkiausa.com.
We first opened during the Great Depression, and we've been open for over 85 years now, through everything that's come our way. We've stayed open by working to make life easier, better, and fresher, by making a real difference in the communities we serve, and by being the kind of place where your money always goes a little further. That's why we're open. Come see for yourself.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something at school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Take a look at Week 6 action next week on Glycod. Rick and I will emanate from Frederick Douglass. Should be a great game against a very impressive Cathedral team.
Yeah, I mean, I've not seen Cathedral, but the way Jared talked about him, the way you've talked about him, I'm impressed to see what's going to happen. And again, this is what happens when Douglass can't find Kentucky schools to play them. They have to bring some teams in, and they're bringing in a doozy in Cathedral.
Douglass right now tied with Corbin, middle second quarter, no score. We'll also have a PRP Mail next week. Henry County, North Oldham, and then two powers in Indiana with Jeffersonville and Silver Creek. Can't wait to see you next week for Week 6. So that'll wrap it up tonight. Tates Creek falls to Bryan Station 41-0. Thanks to all of our great corporate partners on Glycod. For Rick Reams, our analyst, Joe O'Melion on camera, Shidrok Artistani, our production assistant, and Steve Bird, our producer. Good night. I'm Chris Labar. We'll see you next week on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Never underestimate you. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing. Help save lives. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. Traditional Bank. Because who you bank with matters. And by Community Action of Lexington, Martin's Peterbilt, Lexington Outdoor and Power Equipment, and Allstate Insurance Agent Thomas Allen.
For scheduled information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports